Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I've been playing around with some radio stuff yet again. About 2 weeks ago, I built this. This is a design I got from a friend. This is just a basic receiver which has got a reaction stage here and an infinite impedance detector using an FET and a bipolar after. This is the reaction control and the volume control. Stabilised through a yellow LED, and it works well. It works well. Tuning sharp. Works fine on this frame aerial. It's sitting here. Works absolutely perfect on that. But I also made this little thing up the other day, yesterday in fact, using an IJ42A Russian rod Pentode, in fact 2 of them, which are the ones that run between 6 volts and 9. And again, very simple circuit, indeed just the first stage is an RF amplifier, and we're using a diode for demodulation, and the second stage is purely an audio amp. Component count is very low, as you can see, lower obviously than the transistor one, which is got far more components than this. So I thought I would do a bit of a comparison between the two. Now initially what I tried was the ferrite rod, this ferrite rod on this a couple of weeks ago on the tuning capacitor, and results were very poor. West Sound, which is our local here, came in, and Radio Scotland from Wester Glen, which was just above audible. I actually thought at the start that maybe the circuit I had made a fault and made it an error in the circuit or something, but now after checking, everything seemed to be fine. So I decided to connect it to the frame aerial, and results are good. So today I thought, I wouldn't mind doing a comparison between the two, but to be fair, it's probably not the best of comparisons, simply because I've left the tuning capacitor and ferrite rod on here, and we're just inductively conducting the signal from the loop into the ferrite rod. It basically means, in fact, that there's 2 stages of tuning on this at this particular time. But I thought, well, we'll give it a go and see how it works. Now, I'm running it into a pair of high impedance headphones. So unfortunately, at this particular time, I can't give you audio. Now, that, I'm afraid, is the downside slightly of what I'm doing at the moment. But you just have to take my word for it about the results. I intend to redo this again, and the next time, I will feed it into an amplifier and let you judge yourself. There is obviously audio coming out of it at the moment because it's running on these headphones. It's tuned into an Irish station at the very bottom of the band called Spirit Radio. It's relatively weak here, but most radios will pick it up to an extent. It's good in the loop, and my Wellbrook loop, outside, it's very good on that, and it's quite good on this. Although the frame aerials do tend to pick up more static and noise than single turn loops. I will put the headphones up to the mic of this phone, but whether or not you'll hear anything is debatable. Here goes. Anyway, whether or not you've heard anything on that, I don't know. But to cut a long story short, basically doing the comparison, this is not as good. This is far louder. You get far more volume from this. Plus the fact this seems to be relatively insensitive. On this with the ferrite rod, I can receive about 5 or 6 medium wave stations on that without the use of any other aerial. And in fact, I can hear Spirit Radio on it. It's well in the back of the box, if you like, but it is audible. On that, with the ferrite rod, nothing. So these little things seem to do very well. I didn't really think it was going to work at all, but I was surprised, in fact, it did. I did initially try to have a go at making a superhet and using one of those as a mixer, but I was approaching it in the wrong way, and it didn't work. Well, it did, but it was very, very impractical. And to be fair, I just abandoned the idea, and I thought I had nothing else to do. It's lockdown. We've plenty of time, so I made that. So yes, anybody that wants to play around with these Russian rod Pentos really should. They're very safe. I mean, you're not getting high voltages like you would do on a valve, a big valve project, which maybe requires 200 or 300 volts HT. You were only needing 9 volts here, and the current consumption of the PP3 is so small it should last about 50 years. Well, that's an exaggeration, but it should last a long time. Even the NIMH for the filaments, again, the current consumption is very low. You maybe have, depending on how much you use it, charge it every few months. But it's a bit of fun. It was a bit just playing about, a bit of old scrap Vero board, again, which is not the best thing for RF, but a bit of scrap Vero board, nothing else to do, made it up, works well. And I actually listened to something on the radio on it last night as well. But the funny thing about last night too was I managed to pick up Radio Caroline. Now, I'm in Kilmarnock, and it's a long way, and most radios have a bit of a difficulty picking it up anyway. You've got to be very, very careful with the tuning to get it. But when I heard it, I thought, is that Caroline? And I got out my X-Data portable radio, and yes, it was. And I was really surprised. Now, I was cheating slightly because I had a one turn of loosely coupled coupling from the Wellbrook, which I've got to feed into the house, and that's how I did it. So I'm well pleased with this little thing. Well, it's a treat. So there you go. Anyway, there you are. Any questions? Go ahead and ask. Thank you. Bye-bye.